Hey guys, today we have an Industrialcraft Advanced Machines video.
Yeah, so the first thing we're going to show you is the advanced machine block.
And this is just a component for more advanced machines.
So if you don't know how to make these carbon plates and advanced alloys, you can check out our tools video.
Yeah, it shows the recipe in those.
So once you've made this, you're going to want to make a chest. And now this is a regular machine block, but we're just going to add it in because we didn't know where else to put it.
Yeah, so this right here is a personal safe.
So what a personal safe does is it works like a regular chest. Once you put something in it, it becomes yours.
Yeah, the first person to right-click it gets that chest, and no one else can open it unless it's you or an admin in the server.
Now, you can normally break it with a wrench, but if it has items, you can't.
Yeah, and you cannot break it with anything else.
Yeah, it has an incredibly large blast resistance, more than any other item, including obsidian or anything like that.
Yeah, and this right here is an induction furnace.
So an induction furnace works a lot like a regular furnace, except it heats up.
Yeah, it requires both energy and heat. And
so to start it working, you just need to give it energy as well as a redstone signal.
The cool thing is that it will cook two things at once.
Now the other cool thing about it is that as it slowly heats up, it'll start to work faster than a regular furnace.
The more heat it has, the faster it goes, and the heat builds up with time without that is not being used.
So this is really good if you want to make a lot of items cooked, like cobblestone into stone or anything like that. If you're doing a lot at once, it's really useful.
Yeah. You shouldn't use it when it's this low. You should use it when it's at like 50% or higher.
But it's good for any time. It's good to also have regular ones as well.
And this right here is an electrolyzer, which is basically an extra storage upgrade to an MFE or MFSU.
So this doesn't work like a normal storage device. You put it next to it and then put water cells inside.
And this will transform water cells into electrolyzed water cells.
So what this does is it'll take 15,000 EU and store it inside an electrolyzed water cell.
Yeah. It will only do this if the unit has 75% power.
So what it does is once it becomes less than 25% power, then it'll take the electrolyzed water cells from the right side and put them back into energy.
Yeah, the bad thing is that it'll lose 10% of the power in the process.
So this is an iron fence, and we're going to be using it to make a sort of elevator system.
They also work like regular fences, but out of iron.
So the next thing we're going to make is a magnetizer.
And that's the recipe right there. And this is used alongside the fences.
So what we have set up here is an MFE with some gold cable and a low voltage transformer.
Yeah, it only takes 32 EU, so you have to break it down with a low voltage transformer.
Or you can just use a bat box.
Yeah.
So if you're wearing iron boots or nano boots, you can be shot up by this.
Yeah, any metal boots will do. So quantum boots, iron, nano, and gold.
So what it does is it just sort of, as long as you put the magnetizer below the iron fence, then it'll shoot you up to the top of the iron fence.
Yep. And this right here is a Tradomat.
Now a Tradomat is another sort of item that is only used in multiplayer, but it's really good for trading items. You just need to put chests next to it.
Yep. It's good for trading with other players and stuff too.
So what you do is you go on the left side and you put something in the chest, and what you want to do is put something up top that you want to trade for something else. So the thing on the bottom on the left side is what you get for trading it.
You can also choose the amount you want to trade it for.
So if you put in 2 dirt instead of 1, then every 2 dirt you put in would get the other item. So what we're going to do is we're going to put 1 bread in the top and 1 dirt on the bottom. Then you're going to want to put dirt into the chest, or whatever the bottom item is, and you can put bread on the top right, and dirt will come out.
You can also use personal saves so that people don't steal what you have in the chest.
So again, this is really good for trading with other players, and it's sort of like having a selling a stand or a market or something.
Yep.
So the next thing we're going to make is a medium voltage transformer.
And this breaks down 512 EU into 128 EU.
The next thing is a Tesla coil.
And the recipe went pretty fast, so just pause it if you need to see it again.
So what a Tesla coil does is it takes power from one device, and when you apply a redstone signal, a person can be sort of discharged onto with the power.
If you're close to it, it will hit you.
Now the reason we take very little damage from this is we're wearing diamond armor. But keep in mind that's a lot of power going into it.
You can actually have 4 or 5 of these, and when you get close to all 4 of them, you'll get 4 times the damage.
You can put it underneath floorboards or anything, and it'll still damage them. Alright, so the next thing we're going to make is a high voltage transformer. Now, we're not going to actually use this in this video, but what it does is converts high voltage to extreme voltage or extreme voltage to high voltage. Extreme voltage is about 2048 EU.
Yeah, so that will deal you a lot of damage if you're not wearing any insulation.
So what we're going to make here is called a Lapotron crystal.
And this will basically store, it's a battery that will store 1 million EU.
Right, so to use this battery, you're going to need an MFSU. So it needs 6 Lapotron crystals, and it's very expensive, but it's definitely worth it.
And it stores 10 million EU.
So mostly you're going to need this for nuclear power, which we promise we will show later.
Yep. And this takes any power for input, so you can just have regular 2, but it outputs at 512.
So that's where you'll need your medium voltage transformer, and then you're going to need another low voltage transformer.
Yep. And for the high voltage power, you need to use high voltage cable.
So to make high voltage cable, you just need 3 iron like that, 3 processed iron, and you can insulate it up to 4 times.
And we recommend insulating it up to 4 times because it has less waste of EU.
As well, it doesn't hurt you either.
Yeah, and this will transport 512 EU and extreme voltage as well.
So what we have here is a couple silver ingots, and those are from Red Power, but this is still an industrial craft recipe. And this is called glass fiber cable.
And this one, this cable will have 32 and 128 EU, but it has a lot less loss.
It has, I think it can go 40 without losing anything at a lower voltage.
So yeah, if you want a really good system with no loss, you want to use these.
They are quite expensive, but they're definitely worth it in the end if you look at the numbers.
And you can also use the redstone recipe instead of the silver one.
Yeah, it does give you a little bit less, but if you don't have any silver on hand, it's all you got. So thanks very much. Comment, rate, subscribe, and we'll see you guys soon.
See ya.